Well, we're back, and this time we have a very interesting young man who's written some books. And he's a wonderful author, and his name is Tom Morton. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you. Good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you here.
Yes.
We want to hear about your books. I mean, I'm an author myself, so I know how exciting it is to be working on a book.
Yes. The book is called Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot, Remembrances of My Service in the Marines. And it covers my enlistment from 1966 to 1969. Everything from why I joined the Marine Corps to through boot camp and other training and to Vietnam and back and final discharge in 1969.
Wow, that's fantastic. You haven't been on here before, you haven't?
Yes.
Yes, I think I remember
Right.
that you were on before.
A month, 2 months ago.
Yeah. Well, welcome back.
Good to be back.
We always like that. Okay, let's tell us about what your newest effort is.
Well, I'm working on a couple of things. I'm working on a novel. I'm not sure how I want to do it yet. And I'm also working on a sequel to Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot.
Oh,
So-
that'd be your life
Afterwards,
after you get
exactly.
out and what you've been put through.
Yeah, kind of. I figured I'd call it Whiskey, Tango, Foxtrot Aftermath.
That sounds like a good title. Well, you know, a lot of things, as soon as you start being a senior, you get a lot of new problems you never even dreamed of.
Right. And sometimes things from way back when all of a sudden pop into your head. And that's what's happened since I finished this book. With this book, for years I kept writing down notes and leaving them in a box. And finally I was convinced to start taking them out of the box and write it all down as a unit. And Janice Stevens, my coach and mentor, helped me do that. Got me started.
Yeah.
I like to refer to it as kicking me in the rear end to do it. So it took about 3 years, to write it.
Yeah.
And slow writer.
I don't think people realize how hard it is to write a book. I mean, you think, oh, you sit down and, well, not exactly.
No. It's exhausting, is what it is.
It is.
I took 3 months off after it was published. It's just you know, it gets harder and harder as the process goes along. You take the simple sentence you originally wrote 3 years ago, and you read it 2 years later, and it's like, oh, I don't like the way that sounds. I got to rework that. And you go through the whole book like that.
Yeah, I'm going through
constant.
the same thing myself right now.
Yeah.
So I know how that is. Anyway, tell us something about your life in the service.
Well, everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people think it's just all harsh stuff. Well, in the Marine Corps, a lot of it is, but there's also fun times, and of course there are sad times and happy times, and so I tried to cover all of those in here. To me, the funniest time was boot camp.
Oh, yeah?
Because the way they do things, I mean, they get you right at the beginning is they scare the heck out of you. But then as time goes on, I would observe things that just crack me up. And one thing you don't want to do in boot camp is laugh. So,
No kidding?
no, you have to be stoic. Show no emotion, unless they tell you to show emotion. You do exactly what they say all the time. Remember, this is back in 1966. I don't know how different it might be today. I understand that no hands-on in boot camp. Back then, 1966, there was some hands-on.
What's hands-on?
The drill instructor touching the recruit.
Oh, okay.
You know, like a little slap on the face, that kind of stuff.
Well, I think probably the Marines, aren't they just about the hardest?
That's what they say.
Yeah.
That's what they say. It is tough, and you feel, or I felt, particularly right after boot camp, graduating, that it was a major accomplishment. So it's helped me all my life.
No kidding.
Yeah, discipline, being able to think on my feet, and persistence, that kind of stuff. Organization.
Yeah. Well, I've heard that if you're once a Marine, you're always a Marine.
That's correct.
that feeling or whatever it is doesn't go away.
No, no, ma'am.
That's
Esprit de
fantastic.
corps, semper fi. They say the only former Marine is one that's passed away.
That's not something you want. Let's forget about that now.
Okay.
Okay, tell us, give us one little example in here of something that happened to you that was funny. Can you remember
Oh, a
any?
funny one, huh? Well, I have to go through the index here.
Oh.
Let me see here. 48.
Aren't indexes wonderful?
Yes.
Trouble is, in novels, you don't have an index.
Well, hopefully, if the novel's written right, you don't need one.
That's right.
You just fly right through it. This was in boot camp.
Okay.
Okay. We stand at ease on the platoon street. Sergeant Denali smiles, bellows, "The smoking lamp is lit for one cigarette." The platoon responds, "Sir, the smoking lamp is lit for one cigarette." "Aye, aye, sir." The smokers smoke 'em if they got 'em. I am not a smoker and do not light one. While the smoking lamp is lit, I do nothing, just stand around and look stupid. Keller always offers me a cigarette. I decline, always. I decide to try smoking. I accept Keller's offer and light up. First drag gags me. I swallow it. No need to draw attention. Finished, we strip the cigarette and put the filter in our pockets for later disposal. Keller welcomes me to the smoker's world. I'm one of the guys, a smoker. No longer will I do nothing when the smoking lamp is lit. I'll quit smoking after boot camp.
That's funny because my husband learned to smoke in the service too. That's a bad thing. Shame on him.
Yeah, I stopped finally smoking about 17 years later.
I'm so glad you did. Congratulations.
It was tough.
It's so wonderful to have you here again, and please come back again. And
Absolutely.
Something I know when you're going to get started on your next books, that's when we need to hear from you.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much, Tom.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back.